We're playing dwarves. Look at this. Look at this. Exciting, isn't it? Yeah, I wanna get some sick dwarf play. So we were able to beat Berserk with them the other day, which shows they're kind of strong. They're kind of sick. Why not go for some sick Slayer action? Some sick stall them out into oblivion strategies. Hello, 3A. Hello, hello. Hope life's going good for y'alls. Oh boy, here we go. We got Jimmy in here. Let's do it. What are they playing? Whoops, wrong blocker again. What are they playing? They're playing Lizard Men. Let's see here, the map. Ban. Could ban Altar of the Champion. Hello, Silver Crusher. Etherean. Reggie. Hope you guys are doing good. Short time no see. Happy to have you here. Oh man. This should be good. He wants to play on Altar. I banned it. We can't play on Altar of the Champion. Hi from Italy. Ooh. It was always cool seeing people tune in from everywhere. It's nice. I feel famous. But no, wait, let's see. If you're in Italy right now. Okay, yeah, it's evening time. I'm like, are you working? Are you watching this stream during work? No, that's the Americas. Wants to play on Vale, Haunted Vale. Okay. Belgium. Dang. Hope the weather's nice. Summer's rolling in, people. If it's hot here in Canada, it's hot everywhere but the southern hemisphere. Any Australians? Any Australians in here? Getting ready? Does it even get cold in Australia, though? I don't know. I'm sure it does, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't know how the water interacts with the whole system. In New Zealand, it's cold here. Yo, I could go for some cool weather. Wouldn't that be nice? But all right, lizards. Lizards. What makes them scary? They have a bunch of skirmishers. They have a bunch of big monsters. Here's the thing: this dwarf style is insane. This dwarf style is crazy. Very straightforward. You just spam infinity slayers. The Saurus can't kill the slayers. They have skinks. I don't even know if the skinks are gonna get the job done. Beautiful build lineup here. But yeah, I don't think the skinks are gonna be able to clear this. You know, I guess they're probably pretty decent versus the slayers, but that's what Doomseekers are for. Gonna need some giant slayers, of course, too. Probably don't need this much ranged. But yeah, Lizardmen have a hard time clearing units, and right now the Dwarven Main Tide is such an insane strategy. I just have to figure out my money situation. This looks good enough to me. Let's do it. It's time to slay. Take your shirt off for the theme. I saw the beginning of that comment. I'm like, where are you going with this? Who is this? Am I gonna have to ban someone? Then I saw it was Dangler. Then I saw the rest of the message. Hi from behind you. Freaky. Can't see the new favorite dwarf build. Blocker blocking it. Yeah, I wonder what it'll be. What might Intensity bring? I don't know. Oh man. You know, it's pretty nice though. The blocker is just enough where people can't full counterpick me. And the builds are strong enough where it don't matter. Even if they do have a rough idea. Also, I've been doing some wire organizing today. So satisfying. I learned that wire organizing is less about the path that the wires travel. Sick map, by the way. And more about just grouping them together. Just pull them all into a bunch with a bunch of like Velcro strips or what have you. And then, oh man, game is really buttery smooth this day. That's nice. But yeah, just like pull them all into a bunch. Oh, there's a lag. And then it'll be great. If you get it all grouped together. It like, I don't know, it just looks so neat. And it doesn't matter if it's like at off angles or showing. It's just, I don't know how to describe it. If you couldn't tell, I don't usually do wire organizing. Surely there's something to be said about the player piloting the builds too. I like to think I'm pretty good at the micro. But I'm fully aware there's people way more terrifying. Also, we got some troll hammers. The idea of this build, by the way, you just capture all the points. And then they can't do anything about it. Where's the Slayer Tide? I guess they're all in reserves. This build is weird. So you capture all the points, and then you start going for the Slayer Tide. It's just a misdirection. I got Slayers. I got it right here, man. I got the dudes from the thumbnail. Just give me a second. All right, here we go. And so the battle begins. So this dwarf build is all about stalling them. No big dinos, yeah. Though against mass slayers, that'd be terrible. We're digging for gold this game. Give it a second. I have almost maxed out slayers in reserve, except for the normal ones. I wouldn't bring this squad if I wasn't planning on taking them. But this build does require that you have at least some dudes. The greatest part about this build is the early triple cap. Yeah, this is the rowdy build. I'm getting them in. Dude, the lag though. What is this? He has okay, some lightning. But essentially, I'm just gonna be spamming slayers as soon as the lag subsides. My eyes, my eyes. In a moment now. They've gone pretty infantry heavy. They don't have that many great weapons though. And this hero squad's gonna crush it. If I can find a lord with them, they're gonna do so well. Latency. Yo, imagine 40k launches and it's just laggy like this. Like CA just did not change the netcode at all. That would be truly devastating. But yeah, the idea about this build, about the minor tide, is that if they bring in mass infantry like this, you bring in your anti-infantry slayers. You just summon whatever is here to counter this. If it's chariots, you bring in the other dudes. There is a big dino here though. We got a Bastiladon. The lag has subsided. Instead of turning off fire at will, I just like giving move commands to my dudes. That can make it a little easier. We have Gar over here, all right. Doom Seekers have arrived. Very nice. We routed off the skinks. Beautiful. And I think this is already just a devastating situation for my opponent. This is very bad. He's eating blasting charges like no one's tomorrow. The Bastiladon's already half dead. Jeez. I guess it doesn't have a lot of melee defense. It's just straight up a bunch of armor, which is very bad for the poor guy. There we go. The Doomseekers are here. I wish this first game would show off more Slayers, but this one might be over a little fast. Look at these guys. Witness the Slayers. Yo, they got some cool attack animations. Yeah, it's pretty sick. Look at that. Alright, time to kill Krokgar. Krokgar's hype, but he ain't amazing. My opponent did manage to capture a point, but I do plan on re-securing it very soon. Oh, good little chain lightning. Good little lightning bolt ability there. But, yeah. These guys are just gonna chop everything up. They might even kill this Skink Priest, which would be hilarious. The little kill squad over here is doing great. Skinks can't really get any leverage. My range units are just able to fire away forever. Life is good. Krokgar. Krokgar's supposed to be the counter. He's supposed to be the counter to these guys, but he ain't doing too hot, I must say. Oh, Krokgar. Not like this. Also, I will be able to get some giant slayers here soon. I need just about a second. I should also test out this micro too. So if I like fully embed these guys in, like so, they're gonna take a little bit more damage. But if they spin to win, does that just do 1,000,000? Oh yeah, that's worth. That's very worth. Look at the damage to the red crusteds. Very, very nice. And I think I just start spamming giant slayers since we're mostly seeing cavalry from my opponent. They did get into my lines a little bit, these cold ones. Just a tiny bit annoying. I think I'll still be okay though, but they're actually pulling back a little bit on the value train. At the end of the day, Krokgar is very beat up though. So I think I'm in the clear. How are these guys doing? Oh, they only have one spin to win. That's kind of crazy. I thought they would have more. I must be a little careful. He's sending in more Saurus onto these guys. That's the nemesis. They cannot deal with Saurus very effectively. Okay, we got these guys out though. I just need to avoid the Saurus and hunt down Krokgar, and then I'll be okay. There's a spin to win. Big damage. Okay, and the Krokgar hunting squad has arrived. I must say this has gone a little bit sketchier than I thought it would be. I should still be okay, but this is slightly unfortunate. Still though, giant slayers are a menace. I do still have a double cap. Life should still be fairly good, even though I'm going to lose a lot of rangers. Bastiladon is down. Doomseekers. Oh yeah, they're paying for themselves. That's good. And yeah, Krokgar's on the run. Maybe I can blast him with some troll hammers to slow him down. Blast him. Beat him up. Yo, Brotherhood of Grimnir with infinite spins is hype. They've learned how to keep spinning. Alright, are we gonna get... wait, Krokgar Gorok. I've been misnaming him the whole time. Jimmy? Jimmy with the value swing? Oh yeah, wrong Jimmy. Yo, I need to reinstate Jimmy into the background at some point. Oh man, I wish this was not so laggy. At least we're only 15 minutes in. Go, go, go. The build is looking a bit short in some areas. Yo, it's kind of nice when it lags. I get to catch up with the chat. But yeah, the most annoying thing about this build is that you can't really secure points easily. because of all the slayers coming in, being unkillable and all. Oh wow, they actually got back quite a bit in value though. That's kind of crazy. Come on, kill him. It'd be crazy if they come back with the Cav swarm. I doubt it though. It should be relatively difficult. Any moment now and the game shall continue. I do win on a 1 cap, by the way, soon. That's going to actually make a rather big difference. And these giant slayers are so good at fighting. They do have to be wary of skinks though, but they should be pretty fine. Gorok, very nearly dead. These guys will just have to back it up. I can't afford to let those skinks cook me. Slayer pirates will be good here though. Oh my goodness, bro. I usually do lag with Jimmy quite often. Oh no, and he gets the miscast. He gets the wrong cast location because of the lag. Brutal. Yeah, plenty of time to strategize. I saw your short-tempered joke. Let's see here. I think if I just play value, I'll be fine. Just let this guy run off the battlefield, and that should already be giving them enough of a hard time. They're spamming skinks now. I'm gonna want something to deal with that. I think actually getting some rangers here is kind of perfect now that I've disincentivized them from going for cavalry. Gorok is totally dying. Perfect, perfect. I think I'll be able to hold this point. This one is questionable, especially if my heroes get off the point. But I just need to secure a 2 cap for a little bit, and then we'll be fine. Guy's at 9 HP, bro. He's so low. Okay, he gets a wind blast on these guys. Pretty nifty. 9 HP in the dream. Yeah, Saurus are pretty good versus Slayers. That's the thing I gotta be most wary of. Hold! Hold, internet! Hold! Okay, gotta kill off those red-crested skinks. I did kill that there lord. Very nice. But the question is, what now? I can group up with my slayers over here and have them cook. Ugh. I'm actually kind of running out of units though. Come on, man, this build is supposed to be sick. I thought the Doom Seekers would cook. At the very least, without Gorok, life will be a little bit more difficult. But this is actually not going to plan. Thankfully, I can debate this Cold One Rider Cav force into some miners. And I'll be able to secure this hero point with these guys, the little squad here. All I gotta do is value trade and hold on to 2 points for like half a second. If I can do that, we're good. The skink spam is gonna be a little annoying. Unfortunately, I still have many of my miners still on the battlefield. I thought things were gonna go great for me. But the late game, we'll see how this goes. That is a lot of skinks, though. That is a lot of skinks. Thankfully, these guys are unkillable. Okay, alright. Slayer pirates are doing fairly well. I can get another Doom Seeker. Jeez, those skinks, though. What a menace! What an absolute menace. If I rear charge these guys with the Slayers, with the Giant Slayers, that should be good. I'm going to draw him into my backfield where the Doom Seekers will cook. That should be glorious. And then I just have to clear off a million red cresteds, which is difficult. Which is admittedly quite difficult, but not impossible. Run, my rangers, run. Oh, darn these fast skinks. Let's see here. Yeah, I barely don't win on a 2-cap, by the way. That's the scary part. These red cresteds are going to be a problem. More Saurus, though, is kind of interesting. How are you going to deal with this, though? So he's not... The thing is, he doesn't have Krokgar, and he's not resummoning Krokgar. I think that's kind of my out here. Without big old Crocky, life's going to be a little sketch. I might be able to kill off this Skink Priest. A little bit of micro here. Pulling the red cresteds through my infantry. Should get a lot of work done. And then we countercharge them with the Slayers. This will require a good amount of micro, but we're getting there. Very nice. This is going well. And then I think I want to spam Slayers on this point. I believe that's what I want. If I can just secure this for half a second, we won it. Eesh, that lightning bolt. Right before I route off his Skink Priest, too. By the way, Slayer units are really good at sniping characters because of their rather insane damage. What happened to this guy? Yo, he got launched. Was that the lightning bolt? It's crazy. Kind of funny, though. All right, can my opponent actually secure these points, though? Not having a Lord is rough. And the Saurus is very slow. They're not going to be able to contest this point very easily. I think I might still be able to win this. Yeah, he's trying to get his skinks over here, but that's going to be rather difficult. Whoa, that lag. All right, here we go. I think we still have a good shot at this. I believe I still have a pretty good shot. Yeah, he's stuck summoning skinks and the like. But the Slayers have arrived. The Slayer Pirates will get here a little before the skinks too. I just gotta keep chasing off this Heaven's Caster. I just wish it wasn't so laggy. Rangers are good though. The fact that they're barely coming back. Yeah, I know this is unholy levels of lag. It can't be my PC lagging, because the game is still buttery smooth, right? But yeah, I don't know exactly what's going on. Why it might be so bad this day. Just truly unholy, though. Oh my gosh. Oh, these skinks? No, it's these ones that'll show up later. Yeah, we can definitely sneak a win here. The thing is, if I lose this one, I don't have a lot of time because we've been spending the whole day lagging. I have a plan though. Just hold this point with maybe the Giant Slayers and sneak the Hero Squad onto this point. And then get it stolen. I think even if I go for Slayer Pirates, they might be able to crush it. Alternatively, I go for the Doom Seekers. I could try to go for Doom Seekers. They're a lot more expensive, though. I gotta decide in the next minute before the next frame happens. I think if I get Slayer Pirates on this point, I think we can win it. Because this Hero Squad is here. They've already routed off. They should be able to route off this little skink core that's trying to run here. The thing is, Lizardmen do have some crazy capture weight shenanigans. I cannot afford to let them farm the capture weight. But if I can just steal 1 point, then I just hunker down here and then we're good. And then nothing can stop us. PowerPoint hammer. Here we go. So he's sending in the skinks. He's gonna get rear charged over here. We got that route, which is very important. The Saurus is not going to be able to secure this point fast enough. So I think I just pull everyone into the middle while he's out of position. And then life will be good. I can pull back with these guys too and get some blasting charges to clear out these skinks, which will be very important. And the mad dash has begun. We're heading over here. There's the big rear charge. Here, get them to negative leadership. I need the leadership to dip a little bit more, because then I can countercharge these Saurus. There we go. So they routed. Now the big play for the center. And then I just kind of have to hope that he doesn't take this point too quickly or anything. Okay, first things first. So I wanted to get these blasting charges. I was actually late on the call in, despite the lag. Here comes a big play. This ranger is just gonna bully the Saurus. They can even hold the point, which might be a little bit more effective for him. Any moment now, and we'll be good to go. And I'm also pressuring this point at the same time. Life's pretty good. Oh man, the lag though. Wooden PC. I don't even know what's going on exactly. What unholy thing could be causing such ludicrous levels of lag? I don't know. At the very least, in 30 seconds, these guys will be able to spin to win. And the hero squad that could will be able to secure this point extremely fast, mind you. Interesting that we're seeing Cold One Riders here. So I probably can't pressure this point much. I really should have had him host. Oh man, we're 30 minutes in. It is so bad. Very unfortunate. I think these Slayers should try pushing onto this point because I need to get it secured. Are dwarves any good in Dom? Yeah, this is kind of a new play style that's been seeing a lot of play lately. Any moment now. Any moment now. Come on. Deathballing in the middle seems like the play, yeah. Yeah, I think with all these Slayers and the unkillable, glorious death ability, I'll be able to steal this nice and easy. These blasting charges, I have to be careful because he's using tree coverage. Oh man, dude, this sucks. This sucks so bad. Hey, I have capture weight though. That's the power of giant Slayers. Get some David Attenborough narration for the pauses. Yo, he's actually getting this point. Thankfully, he parked far back instead of forwards. That's gonna help me keep it together. Oh, these guys stalled their charge a little bit too. That's good. Still anyone's game, really. Anyone's game. Thank goodness these Cold One Riders are going here. If they were going to the middle, I'd be way more screwed. And here we go. We got these ones coming in too. He's gonna lose his point quite quickly. I think I just straight up want to get miners here so that he doesn't capture this. He notices that I've brought in the Rangers. But can the Saurus stop it? I don't think so. Oh, it's happening. The game, it's rolling. It's rolling. Oh my gosh. Insane. Yo, I'm capturing this way faster than those Saurus. That's crazy. Very nice. I can even move the Slayers here. I don't need them on this point. I need to hunker down here and get this one secured. Oh crap. His skink priest came back in the lag. Okay, let's get unkillable real quick. Connection restored. For but a brief moment, we were able to see movement. His cavalry is going to be real bad here, by the way. Oh yeah, yo, I'm totally out microing him right now. That lag switch out micro. Lightning coming in hot. Well, at least we secure at this point. I guess I can start moving these guys here. I gotta start securing this. This is 29 Slayer, so I think they actually might be able to hold the capture weight long enough for the reinforcements to show up. There's the lightning bolt, partially dodged. They're very nice. These guys can spin to win. Okay, and I got the point. And I got the miners here. I think we're gonna be able to do this purely because of that Gorok snipe. Ugh. All right, here we go. Yeesh. Huzzah! Let's go. All right, let's park them in there. We got the giant slayers. We've held this point, and that should basically spell doom for my opponent. Jeez, brutal. Imagine 33 minutes and then you end up losing the game. Rough. Oh man, all right. The man tide has held, and if I pressure multiple points, then he shouldn't be able to get any stealing done. He's gonna have a few more guys over here, but they ain't no big deal. The point is gonna be flooded. I have a million slayers at my disposal. This is great. And another blasting charge. I swear, do the supplies? There's no way this game... There's no way you get more supplies while the game is lagging, right? It does feel like I have an abnormally high amount of supplies, though. That would be pretty funny if lag actually affected the game. It would be funny and sad at the same time. Embrace the suffering. This is what I get for playing a slow faction. Ah, yeah, look at that, though. The mass slayer summons are so good. Miners and slayers for life. And that's gonna be a triple cap. Huzzah! We did it! We done diddly did it! Woo! Oh man, that was bad. GG, well played. Oh man. Okay, even against the mass infantry build, it did work. It did work. Oh man, though, that was nasty though. His Saurus and Skinks were really good at trading into the Slayers, but just not quite good enough. This squad was insane. The Gorok hunt was ludicrous. Overall, not bad. Not bad. Next up, it's Tyel. Ugh. Thankfully, I don't usually lag with them, so this one should hopefully be faster. And what are they playing? Are they playing Dark Elves? Yeah, I think they beat me with Dark Elves last time. This should be a good redemption game. Let's see here. Glinty Toof's Crag. What's that map? I will be going lots of Slayers for sure. Ban Glinty. I do want a lot of Slayers. If we do see a lot of Dark Shards, though, we're gonna need to support them with some Rangers, maybe. Opponent died of... Opponent died of old age. Alright, he wants to play on Bloodgrove. Bloodgrove, Dwarves versus Dark Elves. This should be pretty chill. Let's do it. We're gonna slay. We're gonna slay this man. Oh man, I can't wait for the lack of lag. Alright, so they do have assassins, so it's gonna be a little annoying, but Dragon Slayers are still very good. They're still very strong. This guy's no Ponty, so probably no Hydras. But the idea here is simple. If he takes too much range, you just run him down. Just chase him down with a million Slayers. I could also use some artillery. Artillery's not bad on this map, actually. I think this is still pretty good. Although, what if we have a little bit of fun? We're up one game. I can afford to lose a few. Why not? Let's see. Normal Slayers are pretty cool. Dark Elves do have a lot of anti-infantry. Of course, I still want to, let's see here. How can I squeeze in these Slayers, though? If I can find a way to... Oh, beautiful. All right. Yeah, you're screwed. Giant Slayers are really good versus the Dark Elf late game. I don't think I need too many miners, actually. And I think this game's going to be more about up trading than the last game. I do have some very fun shenanigans in case we do see something like Shade Spam. And I think a good finisher unit. This is fine. How do I feel about this build? Feels pretty solid to me. No real complaints. Let's do it. I think he's screwed. This build's too good. It's impossible to lose. Double Runesmith with Wrath and Ruin. It's like just worse than so many other abilities. If you treat Wrath and Ruin like, you know, if you compare it to Scav's Scrath, no, right? Just no. The Runesmith himself is no White King. You basically have a depowered White King with depowered Scav's Scrath. It's garbage. I guess technically, though, if you could take a 20 stack of Runesmiths, you would actually just win the game. So there is that, but the problem is that Wrath and Ruin doesn't actually kill the target. Get into the chopper. I think some flying units would be fun. Indeed. Gotta be careful, though. Saw this guy in some new player tournaments, Tyel. Maybe as an intermediate. Comparing the top left timer to the YouTube scrub, that last game was 60% lag. Yeesh. That's bad. That's real bad. It's fine though. As long as we complete 3 games, we'll be good. The only way you can't get 3 games on this if you get extreme lag 2 out of your 3 games.
At your service!
Whoa, we got a member! Pope Patty! Dawi stream? I'm disgusted. That's how you spend your 6 months? I guess this is how I'm making you spend your 6 months. Yo, I was tempted to do Bretonia today. Maybe I do Bretonia tomorrow, actually. I want to try your sick Trebuchet plays. That seems to make an insane difference for the Bretonians. Like a Bretonian Cav build with the blessed Trebuchet or 2. Just like instant victory, right? I think that's the secret sauce, because I'm usually on the brink of routing off units. And the Trebuchet would make a huge difference. Yeah, you know, let's lock it in. Bretonia tomorrow, for sure. Easy dubs? I think so. What if I suffer the same curse, though, and I just keep getting knocked out in the semifinals? I feel like, you know, it's crazy, man. Like, you're able to crush Norska and the like, but, like, Bretonia, I think there's just, like... They're just such a volatile faction. Sometimes you just run into some terrible stuff and you get wrecked. Also, by the way, hope you guys like to see this. Grudge Thor spam. We got the Slayers over here, and we got the Slayers over here. Ready, good luck, have fun. Dark Elves don't have an easy way to deal with this artillery. I got gyrocopters too in case it's like a really heavy ranged build. Should be very fun. Grudge Thor should be able to cook extremely hard. Interesting that we see Scourge Runners. Fun fact about Slayer Pirates, they're extremely annoying for these guys. Cold One Chariots! What a mad lad! Supreme Source of Shadows, alright. I am not too worried. We're forcing him. Did she just get hit by a rock? I think she did. Pretty funny. Since this is a pseudo kite, this is a good time to bring in the Skyhammer Squadron. Yeah. Slayer Pirates, as you can see, lots of damage versus them chariots. We'll give them the chase, and then we'll send in the hero squad because there's nothing that can kill them. I think it is that simple. The rocks are gonna be a menace. Are we gonna see harpies or something though? I might want to see what they decide to summon in. Is he gonna shoot these guys? Gets 1 volley off, not a big deal though. And the Slayer Pirates are gonna uptrade these dudes. Skyhammer Squadron has arrived. The rocks are lobbing. The rocks are lobbing pretty good. And he's just gonna summon in a couple of these boys. Yeah, I think he's screwed, man. I think he's absolutely screwed. These rock lobbers are such a menace. Oh, and there's the bomber. The gyro bombers arrived. That's gonna be slightly problematic for the force of the Dark Elves. Gets the pendulum, whiffs it. And this thing's about to clown on this infantry. Skyhammer Squadron is so good versus infantry, it's insane. Is that a harpy summon? It is. Look at these guys, we got them on the run. Alley-oop. That's a big hit. That's a fairly big hit, I'd say. Alley-oop. Ah, there we go. Another fairly big hit. Oh crap, he slowed it. I can't believe he used that ability just to slow the Skyhammer Squadron. Get in there! Get in there! Alley-oop. Alley-oop. There we go. Goodbye, ranged infantry. Oh crap. Okay, there we go. His harpies are on the run. We'll make up for the last game by having a fast one. There's another bombing run. How much value? Dang, that was fast. Now I can start summoning in the other units. If you couldn't tell though, this is totally over. There's nothing left. The Dark Elves have completely and utterly run out of units now. And this thing has successfully had its field day. That Harpy summon too, getting shot up by the Slayer Pirates. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. Then I guess I'll just snipe his Lord now. Why not? Yeah, I love these Slayer heavy styles, man. Oh, he's trying to get onto my artillery. There you go, Dark Shards. Oh, you're still trying to get there? Boom. So that should be the end of them. Good stuff, good stuff. It's gonna make a big push for this point, but I don't think that will be possible. We'll just bring in the range and retreat to them. Finish sniping off that Lord over there, why not? And the hero squad can capture this point. I guess I'll just start hammering that infantry over there too. His Lord's trying to escape. Come on, one more volley. Barely not enough. Barely not enough. Brutal. Alright, let's give air support. Air units counter air units. Oh crap, there's the pass trigger. I think I can just split these guys though. Unfortunately, I think I accidentally line of sighted myself, but we're still good. We're still chilling. Doomseekers are shredding his Lord. Glorious. Harpies taking some good deeps. I think if I just give an attack command here, they'll be dead. I wonder if the rock lobbers can kill his Lord. I might try that. Just for the lulz. Yeah, there you go. There go the Harpies. Very nice. Nah, she's moving. She's on the run. Those executioners now. Okay, that's kind of crazy. Ooh, it's barely not going to get this point. Man, it's just kind of brutal. And he's charging the chariots into giant slayers. Big damage all of a sudden. Let's just finish chasing off these harpies. Let's get that Lord sniped. I think, did she get shot by something? Something just did a ton of damage to her. Gyro bombers are gonna be able to finish her off for sure though. And the executioners, I'm just gonna play keep away. So if I just split these guys up, super annoying. But that should keep those executioners essentially useless. That's the Lord getting shot up. I gotta get a little closer. These things are a lot less accurate than I remember them being. I know she's juking. Oh, she just killed herself. She went out on her own terms, guys. That's how she would have wanted it. All right, you want to see the annoying dance? Look at this. Look at these poor executioners, man. The dance of the dwarves. Truly cowardly behavior. I think the ancestors would be very disappointed in this, but I'm having a great time. Oh, man. Yo, Slayers are hype, man. They actually have the speed to be usable units. Yep. And the executioners, again, pad pipered. It's just this is the most annoying formation ever. The Waduk dance. Oh crap, he got the point. He actually got the point. That's crazy. And he's killing my Skyhammer squadron. He got the Witch Elves in here. Okay, here's the thing though. He just has no units left. The double Goblobber was an insane pick. Honestly, I think a lot of people aren't going to have good anti-artillery versus dwarves. Because people are starting to catch on with the new meta here, where people are just spamming. They're just spamming ludicrous numbers of infantry. So once you go back to the old school dwarf styles, it just wrecks them. That's a great thing about dwarves. The mix-ups for days. Dang, that executioner. Nice. Good stuff. Good stuff. Pretty good. Pretty good. These Slayers are great. Slayer Pirates did amazing. So the thing about this build is that Slayer Pirates shut down everything that would kill your miners. Like chariots and the like just suck versus Slayer Pirates. It makes an insane difference. Skyhammer Squadron got 2,000 value. This thing got 1,000. If you don't have bomb defense, that's gonna happen to you. Overall, very nice. And we got the early captures. Life is good. Giant Slayers did great. Love it. Once people start predicting Slayers in Miner Rush, they'll stop bringing anti-armor units. We saw they took Witch Elves and Corsairs, who are not armor piercing. And they still lost. It is not so simple, especially because the miners have armor and the Slayers don't. Hey, hobo honkers. Yo, yo. We saw hobo honkers the other day. They were defeated. And instead it was a grand greenskin victory. Yeah, those are Colden chariots. I don't like Colden chariots, but Tyel experiments with them every once in a while. So this is High Elves. This will be a good test because I lost this versus Zarix. Ban Itza is not bad. It's also not amazing for me. Ban Pit of Treasures. Maybe we'll play on Creeping Swamp instead, or Itza. I wonder what map you'll want to play High Elves on. He wants to play Itza. Okay, here we go. This is the true test. This is the true test of the build. Because High Elves have some of the craziest chariots in the game. Extremely annoying. They have ludicrous amounts of anti-air. And they have infantry that can clobber mine. Now, I still have access to Doom Seekers. That bit's not gonna change. Of course, High Elves also have the best archers in the game to deal with this too. But I don't think I am without options. In fact, I am still rather confident. I just need to be a little careful about potential weird builds. So there's a few things that could maybe catch me off guard. Yo, Dragon Slayers with Foe Seekers so they can get around faster. That actually might be an insane build edition. If I give my Dragon Slayers more speed, how would that be useful? They could bounce between points faster. That's potentially hilarious, right? Because then they'd have like almost 50 speed, bro. Oh wait, no, they would have 50 speed. They're gonna have 50 speed foot characters. Now, High Elves are pretty good at securing points because of their rangers, but Can't be too bad. I have rangers of my own. Let's see, what else? I think the rangers are probably the most annoying part. Still, though, many a tool at my disposal. I could try gyrocopters in reserve. Not a terrible option. If he has Tempest, well then it's a little rough. Blasting charges are weird. For some reason, they don't hit as hard against armor. They don't clear infantry as well as they used to. Even if your opponent just YOLOs into them. I don't know how I feel about him anymore. The Killian also doesn't really run minor blasting charges often either. Because you kind of just want the miners for quick capture weight, not for hunkering down and winning the game. This should be alright though. The double Wrath and Ruin has to cook here. No one runs Wrath and Ruin, man. Ain't nobody running Wrath and Ruin. Maybe at some point I should try out like a day where I just run some of the worst abilities. Although that usually just makes me lose, like when I tried the Blood Crushers. Oh, they're ready. Alright, here we go. Yo, these games are so much faster than the first one. Jeez. High Elves never pass the armor check. Nowadays, with Oceanids, they definitely pass. Back in the day, you know, Khorne and the like, so good versus High Elves. This should be good though. Looky here. So I got my Slayers, double miner on each of these points on the flanks. Gonna put double Doomseeker straight in the middle. Get the Slayer Pirates to defend against chariots and the like. And then the Death Squad. They all got Foe Seeker, and this guy has a Hammer of Karak Draz, which is kind of an insane ability. It's just it doesn't work with dwarves very well, but it's a 50-second duration, minus 40 melee attack, minus base weapon damage. It just completely neuters any melee unit. It's extremely powerful, but you need someone that wants to take a melee fight. So he basically needs to take White Lions here, the infantry ones. And then if he runs them into my Doomseekers, then the Doomseekers will crush him. In this case, we do have a lot of White Lions. That's good to see. We have an Alariel. 10 units for 7. Okay. Get a little bit of a partial dodge there. We're gonna Foe Seeker our dudes in. And if this is just a an artillery build, I'm pretty happy overall. Oh, geez. Okay, this is some hefty range units. Okay. We gotta dodge it. We gotta back it up. Gotta get that early triple cap going. Then I'm going to get the artillery piece because Sisters of Avalorn are a little annoying. And then we're just gonna dodge. This is not bad though. We already got a fairly good early start here. I'm just trying to buy time for the capture weight to kick in, essentially. Just got to keep dodging. These guys are very good at dodging. Okay, we have some kitty cats in the distance. Not a big deal. The capture weight on these guys is immense. But the White Lions arrive. You got to be a little careful about them. I think my hero squad can clear out the sisters, though. The problem is they're kind of fast. They can play keep away. But this ain't too bad. If I can get the Doomseekers in here, that'd be perfect. In the meantime, let's keep kiting these dudes and counter the Lions with this squad. Ooh, this is where the Foe Seeker is hype. There you go. Seek them foes. Seek them good. That'll be pretty cool. Shutting down the Sisters of Avalorn, giving up the middle point for some just raw value trading. Always, always very nice. Should be able to jump these white lions too. Let's get over here. And these guys are cooking pretty hard. Now, what is this? Reavers. Just some Reaver cavalry. Pretty jumpy, I'd say. He's going to try and jump the artillery piece. That is obviously a mistake when the guy is spamming Slayers. In fact, the timing's going to be perfect to summon a unit of Slayers here. Your boy Indicity has an eye on the backfield. But does he have an eye on it? If he doesn't, then just straight up dead. Those poor lions. Oh my goodness. He summoned lions into Slayers. How could he? Brutal. So far, the Slayer Tide's doing great. I have a solid ticket advantage. We routed off these boys. I can start hunting down the Eagle Claw bolt throwers. He summons another unit of cavalry. I'm laughing because he's summoning cavalry to deal with giant slayers. Still want to debuff him though. He's going for the Lord Snipe actually. Kind of nifty. But this guy can become unkillable. So I don't know how that will go for him. Interesting, we're seeing a lot of dogs running around. He got the dogs in here. This guy's still alive though, as long as he doesn't die. The thing is, I don't have to worry about leadership too much. Oh, geez, this guy's gonna spin to win soon. Come on, come on. Huge. Big damage. This guy ain't dying. And then I just gotta resummon him. But yeah, dwarves don't really care much about their lord dying. I'm just gonna resummon him. And my opponent's gone through so much trouble trying to kill this guy. That eagle's just straight up dying. The eagle's just straight up suffering against him. I can't believe it. He's just chopping the eagle. He's a true slayer. They routed it. They actually routed the eagle. That's hilarious. Very nice. All right. And now I can start going back to the low ground. Lord's dead. Like I said, not a problem. We're just giving him a glorious death. Yo, they karate chopped that eagle, man. Eagle did not stand a chance. He's going to start bullying Alariel. I don't want a late game where Alariel's just running around causing issues. But yeah, that's kind of the annoying thing about these heroes. They're just not worth killing. The time you spend killing them is, yeah, pretty long. They're just an absolute menace. Ooh, okay, that's some good bolt thrower shots, though. I gotta be a little careful. Let's secure that middle point. He's gonna bring in the eagle, but that's not exactly a problem. As you already know, I have my finger on the trigger. We'll be able to summon some dudes. There you go. That eagle is going to be dealt with. To run away with the rangers. They don't want to stay in there. But yeah, all this mobility won't be able to do very much, I don't think. Because Slayers. There's a million Slayers. He's like basically army wiped. Eagle dead too. This is just a crazy build, man. Mass Slayer style is just crazy. Now, unfortunately, my Lord's a little bit more expensive because it took a lot of abilities on him. But you can see just how annoying this is. You have a bunch of miners to early cap, and then you have a bunch of guys that love fighting on the point. You summon some sword masters, but they're too slow. It's similar to the executioners. They simply will not be able to get the job done. Do I even need my Lord? My leadership is immaculate. We're playing dwarves here. He gets a heal on these lions. But will it be enough? I doubt it. Do I need my... I feel like we should give him his Slayer's death, you know? He earned it. He earned it. He chopped up an eagle and injured a L'Ariel gravely. I do probably want this Dragon Slayer, though. I'm just gonna save up money for reactive counter summons. I think we'll be good. Another Sword Master. Crazy. Honestly, the Sword Masters are not going to be able to win. They are way too slow. Okay, I'm going to summon them because I want the leadership back. I saw one of my Rangers here was about to rout. Might as well solve that situation. And then the Sword Masters, I'm just going to employ the main tiding. So they just, yeah, they just can't catch these units on the point if I split them up. We'll just do the little dance. The little run around dance. The artillery pieces have technically survived a good amount of time, but did they get their value? They did, but they didn't capture any points is the problem. Here come the Sword Masters. She's gonna run away. I'm faster. We're fast for a dwarf, man. I'm lightning speed. There goes a L'Ariel. Yeah, look at these guys just booking it. Let's see here. Gotta deal with this cat unit though. Well, yeah, at the end of the day, there's just a little bit too much. GG. Yeah, that's crazy. This is great. I think this is truly my favorite build. It's just you get to play with Slayers. Like the miners enable the Slayers to have fun. That's the great thing. Slayer pirates are amazing. Sisters of Avalorn got dumpstered. I had to dodge a lot. Yo, I love the Sword Masters just doing nothing. His reserves were actually pretty weak. He didn't have Rangers. If he had Rangers, I think he could have done a lot better. But yeah, these guys were too slow. The Voltors didn't do much. They got damage in, but they didn't clear anything. And then like these guys just crushed it, man. They just sat in the fight, just super annoying. And by the time they finally died, he was triple capped. Potatoes Devil is next. Yo. What's the counter to Slayer spam? You need archers or you need chaff. Like cheap infantry. Like red crested skinks are kind of like the perfect unit. Normal skinks are kind of the perfect unit. You know, any anti-infantry, any good anti-infantry clearing unit. But they have to be fast. If the Slayers can just play keep away, they're not really a counter. They need to be fast or cheap. Those are the two requirements. Potatoes Devil is playing Wood Elves. I don't like facing Wood Elves, but we're gonna do this. Ban Eastern. Glinty Tooth's Crag is also pretty bad for me, though. Maybe ban Glinty. And then maybe he'll want to play on Whirling Maelstrom or something. Wood Elves are just a scarier High Elves, unfortunately. This one we might lose, but we'll see. Skaven Slaves are the perfect unit. I wish. Are you playing against your subs or is this a tournament? This is a tournament. Free and open for anyone to join. He does want to play Whirling Maelstrom. Okay, this is the perfect map then for this style. Let's see here. So he's playing the Woodies. Very, very annoying faction. But they still suffer in the same way all factions suffer. Grudge throwers are better versus arrows of Kurnos. There is that. I could also summon in flame cannons if I'm feeling crazy. Honestly, this ain't too bad. The Wood Elf DPS is not super high. I do wonder though. Like if I get a flame cannon, okay, if he has a mass shooting build, I guess flame cannon is too cool to pass up, right? I just have to run it. Dryads, by the way, are a great counter to Slayer spam. I know you were asking earlier. They are quite amazing. There's some just ludicrous mass infantry builds. In fact, going super heavy on the infantry is generally pretty nice versus this style. But it could still be risky. What if I just take a Thunder Barge? Let's see here. There's some dwarf builds that just sit there and tank your shots all day, and then you lose. It's actually, you know, it's pretty hard to clear out dwarves with wood elves without running out of ammunition. So let's try something like this, see if it works. Of all the names you can come up with, we have 2 popes and 3 potatoes. Potatoes, you know, at least it's thematic. Potatoes multiply and spread very aggressively. Larry cooking the Lord. Larry did pretty good damage to the Lord because Eagles, their weakness is their lack of armor piercing. But it still wasn't worth it. I stand by that because the Lord loss penalty does nothing to this build. Be the innovator with double Wrath and Ruin. Oh, you want me to go double Wrath and Ruin? This is a match I can throw. If I lose this, I'm still top 4. You want Wrath and Ruin? I'll give you Wrath and Ruin. How much do they cost? 550? Yeesh. They're kind of expensive, bro. Kind of expensive. I guess I can take this. Alright, we're giving him Wrath and Ruin. This better work. This better work. Do I want more normal Slayers because they're good against, like, Giant Slayers won't be as good versus Wood Elves, right? Alright, let's do this. The worst Dreadmaw? Yeah, it's like a Dreadmaw, but it has only 1 unburrow every 2 minutes. I guess, no, it's... The Wrath and Ruin guys cost 550, so technically, combined, it's like you get a Dreadmaw unburrow every minute. The thing is, it doesn't cause terror. It doesn't have a ranged attack that gives a hit by artillery debuff. It doesn't, I guess they technically melee. They have capture weight, I guess it's that. Archers in reserve might be metaverse Dawi these days. I would say people should always have some archers in reserve to deal with Slayers. That is almost a requirement. Let's skew the miners like this. Get 1 these guys over there, 1 over there. This should be good. Ready, good luck, have fun. Double Wrath and Ruin, double Hammer of Characters, triple Hammer of Characters. So the idea is, I'm hoping he takes a bunch of fighty units, and then I just mega debuff them, and these Slayers crush face. If he goes for a ranged build, it'd be more problematic, but I do have the Flame Cannon at my disposal. 15 units. 3, 5, 5, and 2 Waystalkers. No, 4, 5. 5. Oh, no. Okay, no, it's all Glade Guard. It's Glade Guard into the horizon. Alright, that's pretty chill. We'll see if this Wrath and Ruin shenanigans gets the work done. There's no Waystalkers, so my Flame Cannon is perfect here. He doesn't have any foul magic to kill these guys. And he's just gonna park in the trees, I guess. But a no way stalker build is asking to get blasted by artillery. He just summoned a unit, so he can't bring in the way stalkers for a while. This is basically the worst case scenario for the Wood Elves. And my caster should be able to start cooking. Eyes are dry today. Been focused. I hope you're ready for the Wrath and Ruin, Kite. It better be good. He's got that point covered. Though I can still... He doesn't have it fully covered. So I can still defend it. Artillery piece is rolling up. It's rolling up, man. Got a little bit of poke damage on that Lord. Love to see it. If I can burn... Oh my gosh, the range sucks on this, bro. Okay, now he gets his Arrows of Kurnos caster. It barely does damage to my artillery, though, because it's amazing. Do I even need it? You know, I can just drain the archers of ammo, right? You have the cast time on that, though? What is that cast time, bro? Dude, that does no damage. Compared to Scab's Grath? Actually no damage. That's so disappointing. Alright. Well, let's keep pushing up with the artillery, I guess. Dude, that's so disappointing. Hey, at least these guys are burning ammunition like no one's business. Dude, the range sucks butts, man. That is some absolutely atrocious range. Alright, here we go. Let's deal with these archers. Steal the archers and we'll be good. I still have another Wrath and Ruin. This guy should stop moving in a second. There we go. I just need that for disruption first and foremost. Because the cannon's going to cook them. Let's get that debuff on. Just get the debuffs on them. And then I can worry about the Brotherhood of Grimnir later. Interesting that he's just chucking his Lord at this. What's the plan? Seriously, what's the plan? She's getting murdered. She's getting absolutely murdered. These guys have no melee attack. That hammer ability is pretty hype. Okay, he just wanted to blade wind on these Slayer pirates. Pretty good trade for me overall, I'd say. How's the Wrath and Ruin cooldown? Infinite. The cooldown is insane. You can see it over here, at least. Oh man, that's janky though. Okay, the repositioning of the archers, and he brings in Hawk Riders. Insane. Did not expect those guys. He's doing a good job focusing these dudes, though. That's a little unfortunate for me, but not too bad. Let's just get these guys bullied. As long as the artillery piece keeps firing, I'm happy. The damage output on it is ludicrous. Another Arrows of Kurnos. He's killed one Dwarven artillery piece. Very lackluster. Gotta kill these. Okay, almost have another one. Get it! Get the cast! Hopefully that does like 1,000,000 damage and then I win the game. Yo, the Hawk Riders, though, is actually insane. Oh, he's just going for it. He's just full sending it. That's wild. That's a whole Hawk Rider unit. I guess he's gonna get the kill, though. So I guess it's not too bad. Price-wise, it's fairly similar, I guess. I guess the value trading ain't the best for me either. He will run out of ammunition eventually, though, but he still has quite a bit. So I must be very careful. Can I get these guys to stop moving? Actually, maybe I can deal with these archers if I'm lucky. Oh, that hammer ability takes some time to recharge. That's unfortunate. Let's just blast these guys then. I want them dead. Alright. Hey, cannon can remount at least. That's pretty bad for him, actually. That's pretty bad for him. Okay, I should be able to make a big push then. What I'm thinking here is I start spamming the Slayers and just rush them down, essentially. I got another Wrath and Ruin. If I can just flood them and then get the point secured, I'll be all right. It's quite the task, though. It's quite the task, but if I can capture the high ground, I will feel a lot more comfortable here. Wrath and Ruin did a little bit of deeps, I guess. And we are pushing his range now. That's good. But I heard a Grimnir can get some pot shots too. That artillery piece is absolutely cooking. It ain't impossible, but it also ain't amazing. I will be able to secure this point at least. Very nice. The foe's victory point is ours. I guess that's pretty good. If I can maintain the double cap for any amount of time, I'm set. Slayers are on top of his face. It's perfect. He's actually trying to push onto the point, which is much to his detriment. Let's position these guys over here. He's not going to get this point, not with that one unit over there. And the flame cannon is just a menace. That's the problem with trying to shut it down. He spent a lot of money attempting a shutdown on it, but he wasn't able to get the job done. Wrath and Ruincaster's doing pretty good. We're gonna have some Wildwood Rangers here I can bully too. Very nice. So he may actually be able to secure this point. We'll see. I gotta peel these guys onto the point real quick. If he captures it, that's a little unfortunate actually. Oh, it's so close. Oh, I barely held it. Absolute menace build this is. This is truly a menacing build. Oh man, I can't believe it. Okay, can't get the debuff on these guys. Yo, everything here is such short range. The range here is absolutely atrocious across the board. Okay, I think I just start spamming Slayer Pirates now. Their incredible capture weight will certainly do well for me. We did manage to hold the point, which is perfect. There you go, big route. It's gonna let me keep on holding that point. Yo, the hero squad. Hero squads are still hero squads at the end of the day. Another Wrath and Ruin cast. That'll actually be pretty good. Ooh, okay, pretty decent damage. You know what? It's not the worst. It's not the worst. It could even be better than if I had normal Slayer dudes. It's questionable, of course, but you never know. This artillery piece, though, won me the game for sure, though. This had no right sticking around for so long. It has a 1500 value, and it drew fire from the Waystalker. Crazy work on that thing. Point gets held, and I think the Woodies are about to bite the dust. Incredible. I thought the mass range build was the counter too. Like I thought, yeah, we're just gonna get screwed here, you know. But no, it worked out very well. Let's get some spin to win action. And we'll bring in the Brotherhood of Grimnir for more spin to win. That's superior dwarven dwarven shenanigans. Spin, blend them. Will it blend? The answer is always yes. He's gonna be able to secure 1 point, but I think that'll be the only one he gets, as everywhere else is just a little too disrupted. That one grand push though certainly did a number on him, I must say. Look at these guys trying to roll in here. He captures the 1 point. I got another Wrath and Ruin coming up. Hey, another Runesmith actually got decent damage. Look at that. Yeah, he's making his mad dash. I need to way overshoot this for it to hit. But most people aren't going to react fast enough. GG. I can't believe it. It actually worked. It actually worked. What the crap? Crazy. If you look at these builds, you'd say that the dwarves are cooked. I think the biggest issue is just the Waystalker not being able to do much, and sacrificing a whole Hawk Rider to not even kill the artillery piece was a big misplay. If he just summoned more infantry and range, like the Hawk Riders just suck. People gotta stop taking Hawk Riders. Dawi up, they're doing pretty good. You doubted the double Wrath and Ruin. How much value did they get? These guys cost 700 with their abilities. One of them certainly did better than the other. Though I guess maybe they were still better than the Slayer heroes. Archers, at the end of the day, you can wear them down by dodging. You know, like, if you think about it, if I'm dodging and you're not, my opponent's archers are only 80% effective. And, like, anyone that gets a 20% nerf across the board is gonna struggle more. But if you don't dodge, you're just screwed. The damage would be too high. Like, this build would not work otherwise. You'd lose all your Slayers. I was already losing a lot of Slayers. It was rough. It was very rough. I honestly only won because the Flame Cannon put in so much work. I think as Wood Elves, you have to have anti-artillery tech in the main army. Or you need to save up money to summon in Waystalkers as needed. Because if they summon in the artillery piece and you don't have a counter, you're just dead. It's just over, man. It doesn't track hammer value. True, true. I don't know if the hammers did that much work, but at least like 100, 200 value bonus. But they paid for themselves off of Wrath and Ruin alone, which I guess is good. Oh, I'm up against Berserk. He's playing Chaos. Okay, here we go. Berserk does have access to the Dreadmaw, which is pretty scary. I don't know if I want to go Wrath and Ruin again. Oh boy, here we go. Can I beat Berserk? The funny thing is, I did beat Berserk last time. I played Dwarves. They were playing Cathay. Or something along those lines. No, I beat him with Nurgle. But anyways, last time I played Dwarves into Berserk, it was pretty sick. I believe personally that Chaos ain't got nothing on this strat. The Dwarf Tide is extremely powerful. Road to Talabheim, it doesn't have good Vanguard points though, sadly. Maybe I want to play in Chateau. This dwarf build like only works with good Vanguard points. Okay, he's cool with it. Alrighty. Alrighty. So Chaos, they're gonna have Forsaken and the like. They're scary, but not the end of the world. Obviously, I have my Slayer core, so unless he has like a Sigvald or something, we're good. Sigvald is still a very strong counter, though. You have to respect his existence. What else does Chaos have? They have Horsemen, but Slayer Pirates are good there. They have Hellstriders. Hellstriders are annoying. I think once we get to a late game where he's spamming Hellstriders, that could be problematic. I think I definitely want Doomseekers. Doomseekers and Giant Slayers are amazing. But what else? What else? How do I finish a build like this? Just got here. I assume the favorite build is Max Thunderbarge. Yo, the Dawi Air Force would actually be really funny to try against Berserk's Chaos here. It would kind of be magnificent, but at the end of the day, I don't think it'll cook hard enough. Yo, are Bugmans like super annoying for Chaos to kill? Because Hellstriders, I think, don't actually kill Bugmans very well because of their charge defense. But then if there's a Hell Cannon, you're just screwed. I don't want that. Definitely don't want that to be happening. Could take a singular Grudge Thrower. Grudge Throwers are just hype in general. But then I still need to capture the points, yeah. 775 gold left. What an awkward number. Yeah, I can't believe Bolt Throwers cost 750. I swear, CA just does not know how to make Bolt Throwers a unit. Is there a Bolt Thrower in this game that's actually meta? Not really, right? Man, poor Bolt Throwers. Such a surprise that nobody uses Runesmiths / us. Yeah, I think if they had longer range on Wrath and Ruin, they would actually be pretty good. Because then you can just chuck it out once you get into range of the archers. Without that, it's pretty dicey. It's pretty rough for your local runesmiths. 1,100 gold. What an awkward amount of gold. Guess I'll do this. You know, Foe Seeker is weird, but it can help a lot. I guess that's it. That's all I have to aim for. Build wise, this looks looks okay. It has all the core essentials that I've been looking for. It feels a little bit of an awkward build, but I think it's still good. As much as you dislike the dwarf playstyle, they are really cool. Thematic wise, I think they hit the nail on the head. The answer to chaos is goblin hewers. They can't deal with the hewing. Can how much is a goblin hewer? 950. Take one goblin hewer. If I lose, it's fine. Losing to Berserk is not the worst. Goblin hewer is hilarious because it can just clear like everything. The damage is off the charts. And you get half a unit of Slayers. Because the crew are actually just identical stats to Slayers. But I guess there's not that many ways for Chaos to shoot you to death. Does anyone know if a Goblin Hewer crew actually has capture weight, though? If they don't have capture weight, that'd be very disappointing. Elf bolt throwers are usable in campaign. Really? Wait, actually? I thought people liked like Sisters of Avalorn spam. Alright, I took one Goblin Hewer. For you guys, okay? This is all for you. We're up against Berserk. Hell Cannon be a problem? I think Hell Cannon's not a problem. Because if I triple cap him at the start, he's just gonna run out of time. Chaos can really only recapture with like what, Hellstriders and Forsaken? I doubt the Hell Cannon can clear fast enough. It's gonna be 13 units v 13 units. We're gonna go pretty wide here. And we'll see how this goes. I got my little hero squad, and the hope is he has a slow build that doesn't capture the point quickly. Ready, good luck, have fun. Got the Goblin Hero. Got the Skyhammer Squadron for if there's like a million chariots or something. Skyhammer Squadron pretty hype. He's gone for the dogs! And Azazel. Azazel's not anti-infantry. Does have Pavane, does have Demon Blade. Okay. Interesting. Alright. Azazel. I have not seen Azazel in ages. Dogs are pretty cool. We're gonna get our little Slayer squad here. I don't want those dogs to jump me. He does have that Hell Cannon. Good to see, good to see. The thing is, if he loses these dogs, that would be devastating. Ooh, they get hit by the artillery. Okay, Hell Cannon, double Hell Cannon. Okay, this guy's cooking. The dogs are actually doing pretty good here. I should have summoned the Rangers earlier, though the damage is still pretty good. They debuffed them. Ah, Acquiescence. Very nice. The thing is, though, the dogs took a lot of damage. As bad as that is, it's not the end of the world for me. And let's see here. What's he bringing in next? Is that a Hellstrider unit or something? I'm not entirely sure. I should be able to at least capture these points. Those dogs are going to get to the point where they become almost useless. And if I keep spamming Slayers, I think we'll be okay. Chaos can summon a lot of dogs, though. That's exactly what he's doing. The dog spamming has begun. This is a good combo with the Hell Cannons, by the way. It's pretty nifty, and I do applaud his sick plays. But will it be enough? Dogs are not amazing units in general. We'll see. We'll see. It's gonna really depend on how this goes. I do think the Doggy Tide is pretty menacing. He does have a big old chariot here too. Value-wise, he obviously has a lead. Makes a lot of sense. But can he deal with the Slayer Tide? This is a lot of Slayers. Dogs are forced to back up. We got the Slayer Pirates over here. They're cooking. Crap, I forgot these ones. Let's see here. I do really want the Brotherhood of Grimnir. Okay, those chariots are going to be a problem because my Slayer Pirates ain't cooking too hard. He is friendly firing himself, though, with the Hell Cannons. That's good. I do have Slayer Pirates to defend that point, thankfully. Let's take a look at how these giant Slayers do. They got charged by the Marauders. Pretty nasty. I think he might have just had the reads on this build. We'll see, though. I don't think we're done for just yet. Because I think this build falls off after a certain point. See here, I cleared out this area fairly well for myself. That's good. This is just a mass mobility build. Okay, there's another big spell cast. Thankfully, they're all unbreakable. Giant Slayers have cooked over here. And the question is, has he made up the value for the Hell Cannon? His dogs are doing very well, though, surprisingly enough. He didn't capture the point, though. And the army size is, again, pretty small. So what might end up happening here is... if I can... yeah, if I can get these points secured well enough, then he just runs out of time and we're good. Gonna get some Rangers over here. Post up, deal with the doggos. Okay, he has Marauder Horsemen here. I'm gonna lose capture weight to them, unfortunately. But I should be able to maintain the double cap at least. It's gonna be a little difficult, but the dogs are bleeding. Where's my Brotherhood of Grimnir? They're doing pretty good. Unfortunately, the dogs, though, are crushing it. Yo, the dogs! He's getting me with the dogs! Oh man, this is just a straight up counter build. There's another Azazel debuff. brutal. Giant Slayers are still gonna do a lot of damage though. And I should be able to at least secure this point. But this mobility chaos style is giving me some hella trouble. Something tells me he's he's lost to this before and he doesn't want to again. Yo, I should, if I went for the Thunder Barge build, the Mass Flyer build, he actually just straight up would have died. But that's how it be. You roll the dice when you play the Dawi. Big killing over here. But I need to resecure points is the problem. How do I do that? Yeah, if I went the Mass Flyer build, Azazel could have grounded some of the flyers, but not all of them. The problem is now these Hell Cannons are gonna feast on me. I'm still gonna go for it though, you never know. I have this hero squad here that can do pretty well. Hell Cannon hurts. It hurts my flesh. Yo, this is like full counter build though. Oh my goodness. Imagine if you had double Rapid Ruin. Ugh. Alright. He's desummoning. If I can secure this point, it's not the end of the world. This point I should be able to hunker down on, I think. Got Giant Slayers here. Gonna see how these guys do. Crap. He spotted the Rangers. He's just gonna kill another unit of Rangers, unfortunately. Let's send these guys into combat so that they can get at least a little bit of work done. Okay, Rangers are actually gonna live. I feel like that was a little bit of a misplay on his end. Man, I thought the dogs would be easier to deal with. They were not, sadly. I did get the point. That's good. The thing is, the moment he desummons the artillery pieces, he's gonna have so many extra units. It's just gonna be over, man. Let's see if these Giant Slayers can cook, though. They're running onto the point. Yeah, the Azazel debuffs, though. Let's see here. There's a unit of Forsaken there. These guys should be okay, though. He gets the points. And there's the desummon. So now he's just spamming the doggos. Makes a lot of sense. Dude, I have nothing here to counter this. Such a brutal style. Okay, what's Azazel gonna do, though? What are you gonna do about this? I want to, like, try and summon the Skyhammer Squadron here. While Azazel's looking away or something. And then maybe we can win that way. He's summoning mass infantry. Interesting. How do I want to deal with this? I need to spam these guys. Oh, he's just out cap waiting me. Yo, I'm getting clowned on, man. Being absolutely clowned on. I technically still have 2 points. These guys should be able to live. Dealing with that mass tide of infantry, though, is going to be difficult. But if I can hold on to this point and, like, he takes a really bad fight or something, there's a non-zero chance we can still pull out something crazy. Like, these Rangers should do pretty well for themselves. He's trying to make a play here, but maybe he mismaneuvers his dogs and they get charged. Okay. All right. He's gonna try and debuff these guys. Giant Slayer's hurt though. Let's countercharge. If they can just kill the doggos, we're fine. We got the Doomseekers coming in. I got the Dwarf Tide rolling in. All I need are a couple bad engagements and we're fine. That's all I need, just a handful of bad ones. But he's gonna be rolling over to this point soon. Didn't even get the chance to summon the Goblin here. Didn't even get the chance. Oh, we're gonna have some unkillable Slayers here at least. Over yonder, these guys are doing pretty good. Decent amount of damage. They'll have to disengage from the Marauder Tide though. He's actually capturing this point a little slowly, which is good. We can spin to win over here to get that cleared. Okay. I'm still gonna go for it. I think there's still a non-zero chance we can get cooking. It's crazy that he summoned Doom Knights. I don't know why he would summon Doom Knights. That feels kind of insane. I will not tell a lie. That feels kind of crazy. Okay, another Giant Slayer over here. The dogs are in the grind, but they ain't doing amazing. He's gonna get the double cap here. Okay, get the volley off and then counter charge for maximum damage on the doggos. This grind is going pretty well for me, I'd say. And I think I just have to play for this 1 point in the far distance. If I can play this one and this one, I think that would be my best odds of winning this. These Slayers here can definitely get work done. And these ones are distracting. Who knows? Maybe by some miracle we manage to pull this through. These Giant Slayers will be able to cook. And the middle actually went extremely well for me, mind you. That's pretty hype. That's pretty hype. Gonna be able to charge these Marauder Horsemen. Okay, pretty good, pretty good. Let's see. Where's Azazel at? Azazel's still here. He's summoning dogs here. That's fine. As long as this middle goes for me and I can resecure this point, I still actually have a chance. Gonna get one of these dudes. Gotta get him in as fast as possible. And then I gotta secure these 2 points and just never lose them. That's the idea. The dogs are out of position. It's perfect. Okay, here we go. We got the point. He has capture weight though. Gonna spin to win the Forsaken. Okay. Can we hold? I doubt it. I doubt it, but I'm gonna attempt it. Come on, hold, man, hold. These Slayers are doing their bestest. It actually almost went south for him towards the end there, but I think he's still barely gonna be able to pull through. Because he's gonna steal this point, and if I can't retake it, it's over. Brutal. Brutal. Come on, let's get the boys in. He gets the Pavane on these guys. Yo, Azazel with the debuffs, man. It's actually a crazy build that he got. Okay, last Hail Mary. I gotta get that flank point, and this fight has to go my way. We're getting some good damage, mind you. But he has, like, infinite amounts of infantry, is the problem. But if I can steal that far point fast enough, maybe. He got some trolls coming in. He's trolling. The Dragon Slayers are doing so well, though. They're actually doing real well, but we'll see if this is enough. I'm hoping the trolls just take so long to capture the point that we win, but I know he has more dogs. There's the dogs. There's the dogs. Dude, this was actually reasonably close considering we got countered. It's the nature that you'll get countered, by the way. Berserk still earned the victory, but man, if I just did if we were rolling the dice here instead of stress testing this build, I feel like we could have totally wrecked them. Because this is like so weak to every other dwarf playstyle. GG, well played. Oh man, we'll get him next time. We'll get him next time. Stay in lobby. I'll open a spec slot. Good stuff though. Yeah, 6k down and we were still doing not bad. The problem is, like, this build just doesn't have the tools to shut down all the shenanigans that are being thrown your way. Are those Chevron dogs? No, I think they earned them by fighting. Let's take a look. Brotherhood of Grimnir did pretty well. The thing is, though, like, if I face Berserk in a tournament, I would actually kind of want to play Dwarves into Chaos. If he feels like he has to go to such extremes to win it, then you really only need, like, a little bit of oomph. You can play an artillery build, too, and just shoot out the Hell Cannons. And then they're pretty screwed, right? I'd have to be careful, because if I'm mixing it up, this build might be stronger than I think. The biggest threat is that you would get triple capped very early on. And then, unless you're army wiping them, you might lose out on points. But it is reasonably scary. Chaos doesn't have a lot of answers here. If I went the Dawi Air Force, he would just lose. I think, anyways. Azazel shouldn't be strong enough to beat a Dawi Air Force. It's questionable. Even if he pervanes me to the ground, I think we're still good. And the Thunder Barge just kills everything. He did have Doom Knights, though. Like, I would have to go pretty hard on the Air Force, and I'd have to micro very well. Fun build, though. Fun build. It is not impossible to defeat the Dawi shenanigans. There we go. Let's spectate. And let's see if Berserk can win today's tournament. Yeah, Azazel is actually a very good pick because he gives anti Air Force. He gives anti-Air Force stuff. Oh, Daniken is playing today, and Ulrich Rahl? Dang, I didn't even see him. Yo, we're gonna get a treat. Let's see here. Let's think about the build. I think the build, I should stick with it. And I should just roll the dice on the build that I go for if this was like a tournament. Because there's too many threats. Like one mix-up between standard, bomber, and thing. And Slayer Minor Tide. I think that just does it. I think it's just over. Whoops. Should not be on army setup, so we don't accidentally see the other people's builds. Ulrich Rahl defeated Daniken, by the way. Crazy. And they're going to be facing Berserk. Ulrich Rahl is going counter picks against Chaos. This should be interesting. Got dog walked? Yeah. I think the least common build people full prepare for is the Dawi Air Force. I do wonder, though, does Azazel beat the Dawi Air Force? Because if he kills the flyers, you could just resummon. The bombers can get pretty decent damage, but, like, Pavane is nasty. I think he could dodge with Azazel. You know what? I think that build beats a Dawi Air Force unless it's a Thunder Barge. But if it's a Thunder Barge, he would get Doom Knights, right? I don't think the Thunder Barge solos Doom Knights. He also has the Axe Throwers. So he would Pavane one of the Gyrocopters down to the ground. Honestly, that's a pretty sick build. I don't think it was fully... It was skewed to beat the Slayer Tide first, but it would be able to fight against an Air Force build. It would actually be a lot harder now that I'm thinking about it. Let's see here. The only build it beats would be, or the only build that counters it would be a conventional dwarf build. But even that would lose out on capture points. Pretty spice. Wrath and Ruin. Wrath and Ruin spam. I did lose some Slayers very early on, too. I probably should have played a lot more consolidated there. The Hell Cannons got a good amount of value. There's nothing I could have done there. But if I consolidated and just sat on 2 cap points, that might have done it. His resummons weren't the end of the world. It was mostly infantry. Yeah, deploy tighter versus chaos. If I deploy tighter, the dogs can't jump my slayers anymore. He can't, like, pick off 1 unit at a time. If I had 1 cannon, I wonder what would have went down. Like, if I have 1 cannon to shoot at his hell cannons and I just slow roll it, does he have a way to kill it? If he doesn't, then that's a win con. Did you start earlier today? No, same time. Unless, if you had, like, daylight savings or something recently, that might shift the schedule. Is Ulrich role playing Betonia? There's no way. I think they're still doing picks and bans. VM guys like to chevron their dogs. It's not the worst idea, because it does give them leadership. So maybe. I should definitely take dwarves as a counter pick more often, though. I'm pretty sure they just straight up win versus factions like Empire, Cathay. Even Dark Elves can have a hard time. There's a lot of people that are just not fully trained versus dwarves. And it's like a weird matchup. It's very easy to misplay and get wrecked. But since I've been playing them in tournaments, I think people are getting a little bit more of a sense of these weird builds. Man, I'm so excited to try it out more later. You expect at least 1 triple Grail Guardian game tomorrow? Absolutely. Yeah, tomorrow is Betonia Day, by the way, guys. Much excitement. Also, for those of you that missed it yesterday, I'm posting the Grand Finals games on the 2nd channel. It's pretty exciting. Links over here. But yeah, we'll be having some sick Grand Finals casting as the games come in. There should be another one in the next few days. I'm personally cheering for the mono faction people because personally, I think it is a massive disadvantage to mono faction. But people like Maximilian are so specialized. I would love to see them win. Or like, yeah, Meaty Dangler. We even have dwarves. We got our dwarf main in there. What's it? I forget their name because their Discord name is different from their in-game name. Starts with a K. It's not Caradoc, is it? I'm gonna double check. I don't even know my own contestants. It's Rowdy. Commissar. Thank you. I just need to think about Yarick. Just gotta think about 40k and I'll remember. Okay, either they're playing Chaos versus Betonia or they're in a really long pick and ban process. Also, by the way, I got my DLC keys. So for all the raffle prize winners for participating in these tournaments, your DLC code should be getting sent out sometime today, in the next 12 hours at least. For those of you that don't know, we're doing DLC prizes for my tournaments as a way to maybe draw in some new players. I would like to get more new player content up. I feel like I want to really push for like a strong inflow of new blood. But it's very difficult to sustain, unfortunately. We actually only had we had a couple new player signups. That's cool. We had a couple last minute new player signups, but I would like there be at least like 4 new players in the tournament. That way they can kind of play amongst themselves. You're going to join as a new player today? You thought it started at 2. Ah, sorry about that, sweet JP. There'll be more tournaments though. Greenskins! Let's go! Alvicwell's playing Greenskins? Alright. This is the sauce, people. This is the sauce. We got the green boys coming in. You think they're gonna cook? Personally, I think Chaos is very favored versus Greenskins. The Hell Cannon skews the matchup extremely in the favor for Chaos. But Greenskins do have Gaze of Mork, which does two-shot the Hell Cannon. The thing is, though, there's too many counters to that. Like, I lost to it because I didn't know it existed. But if Chaos is aware, it should be pretty chill. Is there a late time stream this week I need to be aware of? No, on Friday, it's going to be a late tournament. But I'll be busy going to an event. So, no stream on Friday. Again. Streamer slacking, man. But yeah. I would love to host it. If only I could fit things in. I'm still trying to finish the video. Still trying to get into the swing of things. Lots of work to do. As much as I wish I could, like, double host tournaments like I used to back in the day. Unfortunately, it is not feasible just yet. New players can join. Anyone can join these tournaments, correct? You can sign up. You can literally sign up, play 2 games, lose them, and get the raffle ticket for a free DLC. It is encouraged. The thing that the DLC raffles is for you to just try out multiplayer. Even if you don't like it, you know, just showing up, playing a couple games is totally fine. Now, you know, obviously, if you just like load into the game and leave immediately, that's a little bit of a problem. But you know, you can just play like a garbage battle or whatever, and that's good enough. 400,000 people are waiting for your follow-up to your last video. No pressure. Yo, I'm so ready for the next video to bomb. I'm sure it'll be fine. It's very, very edited and catered towards a wider audience, which should be good. But YouTube is fickle, man. If I don't get the title and thumbnail just right, I'm gonna have to keep reworking it until we can get a good amount of viewership for it. Because I've been working on this video for months. It's been months. Also, hopefully Ulrich Wall doesn't lag this game. I know, like, between Ulrich Wall and myself, we can have some lag. I think occasionally they lag with other players. I don't know if they lag with Berserk, though. Are there new player LAN battles? Occasionally, every weekend, I think. There's usually a couple. A wider audience equals fat people. Wider audience, the dwarves, stouts, the great unclean ones. That's not talking about fat people, by the way. I'm talking about wider units in game. Don't want to get canceled, please. You've been doing weekend new player tournaments, but I'll see if I can join one of these sometime. Hell yeah. Yeah, you know, fully dedicated new player events could be fun. But because this tournament format works, having new players and veterans alike, it should still be inviting enough. The problem is just getting the quantity of new players in. Higher mass units. Berserkers? Alright. Come on, Ulrich. I know Ulrich tends to take their time with their army building. This is the finals, though, so I won't rush them. Yeah, it's not all weekends. Land battle tournaments are a little infrequent. Just a smidge. Man, I do want to try out more dwarves later, though. I think they make for a magnificent counterpick faction. Mostly versus the shooty factions, though. Like, I think dwarves versus Kislev is amazing. Dwarves versus Empire. Dwarves versus Dark Elves is a hard maybe. I don't know how I feel about that. It felt pretty good facing High Elves today, though. Like, the High Elf game was kind of a stomp. Definitely, given the right map, I think Dwarves is like an auto pick. If you can get the perfect map, one with just extremely strong Vanguard positions, you set. You wish you could join this tournament, but work is always in the way. I will be hosting, every week I host one in the evening. I do get some evening tournaments every once in a while. At some point I would like to host during weekends too, but right now I don't have the mental bandwidth. You should see if Turn will do a collab where you both cast together a new player tournament. It'd be cool. Turn is pretty busy though. I think he recently moved in. Ah, there we go. He's done. All right, let's see what we got. Orc boys into the horizon. Okay. Rugloods, 3 archers, and presumably 2 casters to kill a hell cannon. Berserk has gone for a crazy build. Triple Rot Knight. Okay, alright. Berserk wants to have some fun. So on this patch, Rot Knights were buffed. They got a price reduction to try and make vanilla Rot Knights more viable. And Berserk is attempting to farm that value. This is basically the triple Grail Guardian build. So the cool thing about these guys, they have regeneration. These ones cause terror. It's very good versus greenskins. The Regiment of Renown has Blessings of the Fly Lord, so they're very tanky. 8,000 HP makes them very resistant to spells. And a Chaos Sorcerer Lord of Fire with Burning Head to melt some faces off. All very terrifying. Ulrich Ball's gonna see 6 units. He's gone for a Night Goblin War Boss with Fermented Fungi and Tormentor Sword. He has a Night Goblin Shaman, and they both have Gorkle Fix-It, which may very well save him here. They also both have Sneaky Stabbing, which makes them rather expensive. These guys are probably 600 each. Plus an ultra-wide Land Orcs. Now, the great thing about this is that they can block up the Rot Knights long enough for the archers to kill them. Yeah, this is a Chaos build. Yo, it's wild. If this is good, then surely the Nurgle variant should be good too. But yeah, the idea here is that the archers, they should be able to just blast them to death. Nice and simple, like. The only problem is, I guess, magic and the Dreadmaw. Potentially some Hell Cannon play. Dreadmaw is pretty crazy. Pretty spooky. Gonna be tunneling underground. Berserk, going for the dogs. Berserk loves mobility play. This does not have the meaty seal of approval. Is it the spellcasters or what? Another dog unit gets summoned in. Crazy. And the first capture points go to Berserk. So that's the benefit of mobile builds. You're able to get the points early. which buys you time to maneuver around and get value with these units. It combos with itself. How powerful are the Rot Knights, though? Immediately, a spell is cast. It hits the trees, though. 50% less damage. Kills one entity regardless, though. So it will not be healed back. Kind of nifty, but we're seeing a massive flank overload here. And if I was Oleg Rawl, I'd feel a little worried. He has about a third of his army not being useful here. Gets the rampage, though, fermented fungi. That just helps the Rot Knights charge into those orc boys to devastating effect. Disruption on the archers, too. Using the Dreadmaw, and maybe a misplay. Night Goblin War Boss, no, it was a bait. Gets the net. Preserves his life. Doesn't get charged. But the Rot Knights are in. One orc boy on the run. Second orc boy sees their friends running. They're gonna be out soon too if he's not careful. You gotta remember there's magic too. Yep. Burning Head down the pipe, right on top of the archers. Dreadmaw's having the time of its life. It's not gonna die. But one good cav on the Right Knights here is gonna be good. Unfortunately, Burning Head just cooked everything. That's a mass rout over here for the terror-causing Rotting Riders. The dogs are able to jump through too. They're gonna be moving straight onto those Erebors. And this is looking pretty bad. This archer hasn't even moved yet. Ulrich Rahl has not engaged with his entire army, and that's setting him back pretty hard. Plus, the casters are not being super useful for their price. We're going to see these Orc Boarboy Big Guns even get routed by the Rot Knights with their superior anti-large bonus. They did manage to rout these guys off, even with the buffs. Rotting Riders charging on in. They're going to be getting some good damage. What is that? That's a Dreadmaw shot. For the minus leadership. Hit by artillery, minus 10. Insane tech over there. That was intentional, by the way. Did not rout him, unfortunately, but very cool play nonetheless. And now the Rugloods are in disarray. Greenskins are not entirely out, though. I do think they're pretty massively behind because these guys are healing. So the value tracker is not quite right. And a lot of the units are going to be rotting off. Oh my gosh, dude. These Rotting Riders, man. They keep terror routing these guys. It just ain't no leadership. Gets a good net, though. Right now, what Ulrich Rahl really needs is to just kill one of these Rot Knights. If he can just get rid of them, life will be a lot better. But as it stands, they're being extremely problematic. And they're just going to keep healing. A lot of the damage is very spread out. Summons another unit of Boar Boys right on top of a Rot Knight charge. Very inefficient. And now it's going to be Hellstrider spam. We have 2 Hellstriders on the battlefield. We have Forsaken. And the cleaning up is beginning. I think Ulrich Rahl's dead. I think now it is a little too far behind. It's crazy because the value tracker says they're ahead. But the problem is the late game. Hellstrider summons is going to wreck shop. Mobility is going to jump all of these archers, and infantry just do not stand up against these guys. Cascading Fire Cloak, very cool tech piece, by the way. He knows his cavalry is going to be sitting in a grind for a very long time, so he brings that in just to keep them alive a little bit longer. Still not my favorite spell. I think Burning Head can get a lot more done, but he wanted one very decisive, aggressive fight, and he brought all the spells to make sure that he would win that fight early on, but we'll see. Gork will fix it. Getting dropped. Gonna slow him down slightly, but charge bonus still getting them in there. Dreadmaw is here. Oh my gosh, look at that mass route. Burning Head straight through the archers. Oh my goodness. That's 1, 2, 3 units routing plus the Night Goblin Shaman. 2 units over here also running for the hills. This is just straight bullying. Man removed the Dreadmaw. The guy didn't bring an answer to the Dreadmaw though, right? I will say Dreadmaw was very disruptive, but honestly, this greenskin build is just woefully prepared for this. This is truly devastating. Dreadmaw going over here for the route. Remove Burning Head also. All right, there you go. You know what? Honestly, I would love a spell shakeup. Burning Head is very brutal. Dreadmaw could probably still use a nerf, by the way. I think this thing is consistently paying for itself. I think next patch, I would probably give it another price reduction. A lot of people want it straight up removed, but I think it can be redeemed like the Thunder Barge. Thunder Barge was OP, but then just became a totally fine unit at the end of the day. Forsaken, by the way, slightly overextended. Is this the great greenskin comeback? Is this a great greenskin comeback? They clean up the Forsaken. There's no more infantry. They blitz the mobility and they win. Doubtful. Berserk plays a very mean game. A little bit of finagling. He's running around with the Rot Knights. He knows he has a triple cap. He knows he doesn't have to take this fight. He can take his time. And we're seeing the line stabilize. In fact, they fully disengaged. Almost completely. Gets the dog charge on the hero, though. Dogs are very nice versus heroes because they get that full surround. Night Goblin Shaman also doesn't have that much HP. So he's kind of getting nibbled to death. Support coming in, though. His brother coming in, waving his staff. Chases off the doggos. Quite aggressive, though, these Night Goblin Shamans. Will they be able to cook? Yeah. Oh, a little bit of lag. But we're good. They're doing the best. Just they got a bunch of axes in the fakes. That was pretty brutal. Are we gonna see more axes? These horsemen are just posting up. This looks so menacing. Ah, but they've drawn weapons. If he gave a right click, they would actually chuck axes at point blank range. Nice rampage, by the way, on the Rotting Riders. This is potentially a comeback if he can clear this out, but that's gonna do it. He gets a sneaky stabbing, but it doesn't matter. Sneaky stabbing don't do nothing if your units are running for the hills. Berserk really showing off optimal routing play, man. That burning head was devastating. Dreadmaw's in, is back. Gonna be bullying these guys. Dude, this is rough. I can't believe of all the factions, Ulrich went for greenskins. This is already a pretty bad matchup, and he didn't really have a crazy style either to counter it. Maybe he thought Ulrich would go a lesser mobility play, I will say. Like, Mantides are usually pretty strong versus mobility. But I don't know, man. I don't know. This was just devastation. Dreadmaw gets a pretty nice shot on the Orc boys. But everything here is dead. This value tracker sucks, by the way. As soon as we can get it modded where it shows up properly, I would be much happier. But there we go, GG. Berserk wins! Huzzah! GG! Wow, that was yeah, that was bad. That was very bad. Dreadmaw value is not tracked properly. It gets more value than it says on the tin. The Rot Knights was cool. I liked it. Spellcasting was crazy. Nice. Orc boys did nothing. Archers did nothing. Honestly, the positioning was kind of weak. We're gonna have a show match, by the way. Apparently they want to play Dwarves versus Empire. Sure, alright. I don't know where this is coming from, but sure. Let's see, alright. Why not? Some high-level gameplay. You always root for greenskins, but he played beautifully into cowardly greenskin leadership. Yeah, just nuked that leadership into oblivion. Dwarves versus Empire. Yo, I wonder how Daniken got knocked out by Ulrich. I wonder what matchup they played. Would love to see it. Clearly the answer is to nerf Nurgle. Yo. What, is Nurgle good into greenskins? I know there's the giant tech. Should you take a giant into chaos to beat the Rotten Knights? No giant, no win. I knew it. Dangler wants the giant. But yeah, we're getting a quick show match. Quick post-game show where apparently we're going to be seeing Dwarves versus Empire. Nurgle's pretty good into greenskins? Okay. Yo, cool seeing the mobility playstyle, though. You know, I feel like Berserk actually plays pretty... Berserk is like me, but melee factions. Anyone else noticing that? They also go very heavy on the mobility. But instead of doing it on like cavalry factions, like Petonia and the like, they're doing it with like Khorne. Like Chaos. Which is completely different from how I run it. Alright, there's Ulrich Rawl. Let's see this. I personally think dwarves hard counter the Empire. If Berserk does the same dwarf build that I've been doing, I believe Ulrich Rawl just dies. But you never know. Maybe Ulrich Rawl has the sauce. Maybe dwarves are super garbage, right? And he's just gonna crush it. He's changing the maps, figuring out which one he wants to play on. Lustrian Narrows. Personally, this matchup should be horrific for Empire. For a time, this was actually listed as the worst matchup in the game. For a time. Now, times change. Empire might have some buffs and such, some of their units, but I don't know, man. Personally, I'm a little worried. I do know there's some gun builds that can work. There's some artillery builds based on what the dwarves are going for. The funny thing is even gyrocopters are good here. What's a new worst matchup then? Slaanesh versus Nurgle. If you want a hilarious matchup, watch someone play Slaanesh versus Nurgle. I lost to like a new/intermediate player when I was playing like super try hard Nurgle into their Slaanesh. And all they needed to do was not fight my Great Unclean One and we lost. Like, I was even catching out the cavalry. I was making plays and it felt hopeless, man. So yeah, I think that's one where like even a relatively new player, if they just follow some basics of Slaanesh, it's just done. And there's not even many ways you can cheese it. The only thing you can hope for is they just haven't played against Nurgle before and they just tried to kill Kuga. It's atrocious. This is why Nurgle needs 700 gold rot flies. I think it would be hilarious giving Nurgle some crazy buffs next patch. I hope the tournament, I hope the finals finishes soon. And then we can get that done. Alrighty. Ulrich Wall's ready. Yeah, let's see this. Empire doesn't have chariots, by the way. It's one of the reasons why it's so rough versus the Dawi. Is Vampire Coast weak into Slanesh? Vampire Coast is strong into Slanesh. It's crazy. Their melee is actually winning or even versus Slanesh. Zombies just trade, like deckhands trade so well. And Slanesh doesn't have the shooting to get that extreme value back on them. Their pistol mobs just shoot up anything that's expensive. And then what does Slanesh have? Right, well, what do they even do? Even the rotting Prometheans, the shotgun crabs, those guys are crazy. Shotgun crabs, they beat fiends if it's a vacuum. So it's just problems left, right, and center. Depth guard can roll on in and chop up your infantry. Like Slongors just lose the depth guard horrifically. The only thing you can do is try being super mobile and maybe capturing some points. But Vampire Coast has that extreme capture weight. Don't war wagons behave like chariots? Yes and no. They operate under the same mechanics, but it's like saying an Empire swordsman behaves like Swordmaster of Hoeth. One is just way better at the job, and Empire chariots are very slow, so they end up getting bogged down in melee and dying against the dwarves. They don't push through as hard. It's rough. We are seeing the dwarf tide. It's an Empire Cav core. I'm telling you right now, I have no faith in this Empire build. I'm telling you guys right now, if Ulrich Rahl wins this, they either have the micro of the gods, or I don't know, man, or Berserk severely misplaced. Berserk needs the throw of all throws to lose this. That is a full Empire Cav core versus a very normal dwarf build, by the way. Double Thanes, yep. They're pretty popular because they have capture weight and they're stupid cheap. They have high armor, so they don't die easily. We got a Light Wizard. He got Shems. This is like a build you would take it to Chaos. I don't know what's going on here. What is this? Pistoliers. I guess that's not bad versus Slayers. Like, there's just nothing to kill this, though. This Sterling's Revenge. They have how many bullets? 18 times 18 times 120. They have 2,160 bullets. If each bullet killed one dwarf unit, one dwarven entity per bullet, they would run out of ammo before the dwarves run out of units. And then the cavalry would have to try and clean up the reserves. Like, I think 2 giant slayers beats this build, man. I don't know what's going on. Skepticism is extremely high, but we'll see. Is that Empire build full gold spent? I don't even know. So this is 10. That means the average cost of each unit is 1,000. It makes sense because it's all Empire Knights. Well, no, there's Pistoliers. He didn't even bring that much on Boris. I guess putting the Light Wizard on his flying mount costs an extra 500. Knights of the Black Rose are pretty expensive, but there's only one. It almost looks like he didn't spend all his money, but it is. I'm pretty sure. Sterling's Revenge is like 800. And then Boris plus this guy makes up for these guys being cheaper. Okay, how's this gonna go though? Dwarves, I don't even know if they need to play consolidated. It's safer though. I think this is the better play. Berserk's gonna be marching up straight down the middle. And he's gonna be getting some early captures. If Berserk didn't take Slayers in reserve, that would be a horrendous misplay. Like I said, one giant Slayer just ends this. And we have the Minor Tide over here. They're going to be waiting for these Pistoliers to leave, and then they're just going to steal the point. Another Empire Knight gets summoned, though. Fun thing about Miners, they have armor piercing. they can hurt cavalry because they generally have lower melee defense. And the Thanes and the Lord has arrived. They've waddled onto the point. And the Quarrelers, just normal Quarrelers, they can shoot up these Sterling's Revenge. Normal Quarrelers are hype. They have 80 armor. They're a little bit more resistant to charges than Rangers and the like. And Berserk is playing smart, making sure his forces don't get murdered over here. With the help of Boris, I think they would. But right now, damage has not been super high on both sides. A minor blasting charge gets baited out. That's pretty cool from Ulrich Rahl. And I'd say dwarves right now, it's a little sketchy, right? Did you win versus the Wood Elves? Yes. With the Runes of Wrath and Ruin. It was pretty cool. It worked out not bad. A lot of blasting charges being wasted, by the way. He's wasting it. Don't know how I feel about that. And neither side's capturing these points, which is very strange. All right. I thought Rune Magic had terrible value. It does. You know, I think we won because their ranged units are pretty blobbed up. But the Rune Magic did not win me the game. It supported it. It did enough. Because the battle lasted so long. But yeah, it's, I don't know. It's very okay magic. Very, very just okay. And there we go. There's Giant Slayers. So this basically beats this entire army. Unless they get kited by the long rifles. This is going to be rough. Berserk does get their second capture point, which means clock is ticking for the forces of the Empire. They have Slayer Pirates over here to hunker down. Another unit of Slayers over here, which the Pistoliers can't do a lot of damage against. And value trading is very low. So Ulrich Rahl has only gone 300, maybe 400 gold. But Berserk has gone 150 tickets. That's generally a pretty bad sign. You want the trading to be pretty fast to clear the dwarves in time. Are we going to see a downhill charge? No, just giving them the slip, though. Some Knights of the Black Rose are getting caught by the great weapons. Most will escape, though, but... Oh, no, they're getting chopped up. Slayers caught them, too. Oh, this is a disaster, man. This is just disastrous. Oh, man, those Knights. 50 melee defense ain't got nothing on Giant Slayers. Bonus versus large 30, by the way. Gives them more melee attack than Archaon against these Knights. Yeah, that's a huge loss. This Empire build is pretty boring. I think Ulrich Rahl basically loaded in and maybe he just thought like, oh, there's nothing I can do. I have to just skirmish. He obviously can't take a frontal fight against this force. That's just suicide. Long rifles are getting shot up by Quarrelers too. But maybe he can disrupt this formation. Berserk has a death grip on this high ground, though. That'll take forever to secure. It's going to be a long game. Got some Empire Knights charging in here. Dwarf Warriors not braced. Decent charge, but Quarrelers, they got the mass. 150 mass, higher than a lot of elite infantry, by the way. There's elite infantry in this game with only 100 mass. And charging into them is already a little sketchy. Quarrelers at 150 are almost berserkers. Plus they were braced. Absolutely devastating. The Thanes have split up to be as annoying as possible. Charging at the long rifles. And the value is about even. That's about as bad as it can be. Now if Empire can re-secure some points, that'd be a little bit better, but yeah. I'd say this is still pretty rough. Ain't no way he's killing these Slayer Pirates over here on the high ground. But a fun charge over to point number 3. It looks like this will be an attempted capture. I think it's totally doable. Given that there's a lot of melee knights and capture weight through the Pistoliers. But Ulrich Rahl needs to get this faster. Like, if he doesn't just hammer this point and secure it, the dwarves are going to have too much time. Look at how massive this army is, and there's nothing really killing them. If they push over here even and just secure this point, I think it's over. That's all Berserk really needs to get done. But the play is finally made. All right, we got the cavalry on the high ground, and this is probably going to prompt Berserk to push on to this point so that they can still win the game via capture tickets. Long rifles have been extremely delayed, mind you. And the value's not impressive. So half ammunition spent, 700 gold value. That's not a lot. We're gonna need a bit more to clear out this army. At the current rate that this is going at, the dwarves are not gonna die in time. But we'll see. Maybe some sick artillery will be summoned. Maybe some great swords, I don't know. Just look at the amount of blue on the field, though. We're looking at 27 units to 16. And the push onto this point is here. The Slayers are gonna upgrade. I'm still very skeptical, but you never know. Miracles can happen. The Knights are still cleaning this up, though. They're taking their sweet time. How much capture weight is this? It's like 30 capture weight, maybe more. If all of the Empire army just teleported onto this point, they still wouldn't capture it. So they have to clear out some. Dwarves get their second point. Long rifles are firing away. They've been given ammunition too to keep on firing. Look at them go. They're doing great. They're doing their best. All this to kill off one dwarf warrior great weapon. Think about the army that's been lost, right? 3,000. Berserk's army is growing in size right now. He just summoned in a bunch of miners. But eventually there'll be one big push, right? Maybe the cavalry will come in and just sweep this up. And we'll say Knights of the Black Rose in this pocket could potentially be hype. He just needs to focus fire the Slayers. Find a way to get them killed. This map is fairly big too, which has its pros and cons for both sides. Dwarves being able to spam miners onto this path is really good for them. Boris, by the way, trying to kill a Thane. Boris actually doesn't have too high stats. He has good charge bonus, but this Thane has 45 melee defense while tired. So Boris is going to be missing like all of his hits. If he attacks once every 5 seconds and he has a 25% chance to hit, it's going to be 20 seconds to hit this guy once. Thane even managed to hit Boris. Embarrassing. Boris misses again. This is why you kind of have to cycle charge Thanes, by the way. You can't let this happen. The game will be over by the time Boris kills this guy. Oh, here we go. There's the cycle charging. Unfortunately, cycle charging also takes time. He's up in the air. Does this guy have charge defense? He does. If you brace the Thane, Boris, he just leaves. He's like, screw this business. I got better things to do. Now the high ground's getting captured, by the way, by the miner stack. And the Empire is suffering because the map is too big. They can't get their units over there in time. Why'd he get a net on the caster? I don't know. This is probably spec to beat a different dwarf build. By my analysis, he... I don't think he was expecting this. Or at least he was worried about other styles. Like maybe a gyrocopter spam build. You know, net can be very good versus gyrocopters. I did mention that, was it? So probably that. But when it comes to dwarves, you know, if they skew very hard in one way and you're at a disadvantaged matchup, you kind of have to take some risks. I think it would have been better to maybe try some Shadows magic, though. A lot of magic is just not very good versus dwarves. So Light Wizard might just be the best you can get. Shems is good for, whoops, wrong guy. This gear looks like the light symbol. But yeah, he could be good for sniping artillery, maybe. But this build it just ain't it. This point's being held for too long. The dwarves almost win on a 1 cap, and they're still triple capping. The crazy thing is they're getting value because the Empire is forced to push onto the points to secure them. And Boris doesn't give capture weight. The Light Wizard also doesn't give capture weight. So not only did Oliver Quall get build countered, but the matchup is terrible. He finally kills one Thane though. They're still shooting at him. He's shattered. You don't need to keep shooting. Look at this guy. What a tanky lad. The execution is arriving though. Brutal. He tripped on a rock. Rest in pieces. Doomseekers are chilling, by the way. They're just sitting. It's not a care in the world. Berserk, there's gonna be 2 more minutes left. Now, a lot of this has been whittled down, but I think Oliver Quall lost all his capture weight whittling this. There's still 15 capture weight here. More even. Almost 20 capture weight. There's still like 20 capture weight over here. This Thane is still being annoying. He's paid for himself too. That's ludicrous. We got some Slayers here. It's a good showcase though. Berserk only has 1 unit left to summon. That's crazy. Yeah, you know, let this be a lesson. Don't play this matchup. Don't do it. It is extremely difficult. Even if you get the perfect counter build, it is extremely difficult. Gonna see some quarrelers here. They're gonna kill off the long rifles. That's nice. We got some cavalry running in. The time to capture is now. Charge forth, men of the Empire. Huzzah! They're all dead now. Even a couple Slayers, by the way, will chop these guys to bits. Normal Slayers still got bonus versus large 24. And being unbreakable, you can't really shoot them to death. It'll take too much ammunition. Over on the far side, it's a complete massacre. This one dwarf warrior holding down the point. We're gonna have a lord there in a second. And Berserk has 1,500 ready to go. He might even push in with some miners here and blast these poor Free Company militia. Rough. Very rough indeed. It's a fun matchup in general, though. You know, this is one of the most theory-crafted matchups. Because Empire is generally you know, pretty decent faction. They're very well-rounded, but Dwarves just... Dwarves put them in the dump. It's definitely the worst Empire matchup, that's for sure. A little bit of a capture here, though. Berserk does win on 1 cap point, though. And that's gonna be it. GG. Well played. Fun attempt, though. Fun attempt. Empire players always want to try and figure out the matchup. This was not it, though. It was just a very normal dwarf build. The main tide. What can you do? We got the engineer. He didn't do much. Knights of the Black Rose are good, but they have to be in a Slayerless world to get cooking. And clearing the Slayers is all is nearly impossible. Very difficult to shoot. Very difficult to melee. Surprised there were no great swords, which are usually the best answer for Slayers. Not perfect, but that's gonna be it. GG. Well played. Raffle is going to be going on now, so keep an eye on the Discord. If you submitted replays for that, you only need to submit 2. And I am gonna dip now. Was fun. We had a solid dwarf day. We got another qualifier for our next grand finals. Very exciting. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And tomorrow, we'll be at it again with Bretonia. Pope Patty rejoice. Amazing.